wanna do is party and bullshit and make sure that we have a good time. Yeah, it's a Litty Talk. Welcome to the motherfucking Litty Talk. We talk shit and get drunk on the Litty Talk. We talk about hot topics on the Litty Talk. Yeah, the Litty Talk. We ain't scared to talk about it on the Litty Talk. We have fun and talk news on the Litty Talk. Where else, nigga, can you get a Litty Talk?
You know the fucking vibes today on Litty Talk. I think, in my opinion, I have one of the most fastest growing local businesses in South Florida. I don't even want to say Homestead. South Florida. Boba Jit, what's good, brother?
Yeah, what's good. The Boba Jit, yes, that's
the
me.
Boba Jit.
Yeah, the Boba Jit.
Okay.
We won't say the name because that's for feds, but you can call me the Boba Jit.
The Boba Jit.
Yeah, the Boba Jit. And South Florida, but Homestead, because Homestead's my city. Right. I try to make a point of like really only catering. I try to cater to whoever I want or whoever I can, rather. But I want to cater to Homestead. Like I've been offered to do like events in Coral Gables or Broward and all that. But I've always told myself the very moment I do something like that, then I wouldn't be accessible to my community. You know what I'm saying? It's like to those who have really been supporting me since the jump. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to treat those who treat me good, and it's like I treat anybody good anyways. But it's like, you know, like, and not
return the help that you've been receiving.
Yeah, and honestly, I have like crazy support too. Like I could just shout out names right now and faces in my head of these people. But I'm really glad. Like I don't know how blessed or like why I've gotten so blessed, but I'm blessed.
Good. So let's start all into this. You've been putting up major work. I know you hear it all the time from different people. I know you see it, but you also hear it. But me personally, I want to tell you congratulations.
Thank you.
I seen you at the Taco Fest, and I was just sitting there drinking, and I'm like, bro, because I wanted to get something, but I'm like, bro, this line
go down.
It was crazy.
It was wild,
dude. And then I was like, I took the video. I said, I don't know if he sees it, but he probably don't because he's working too hard. So I said, let me do like a quick video, like send it to him and be like, yo, look what you're doing. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Once again, so blessed, man. I can't even fathom it sometimes. It's wild. But I'm just very lucky, I suppose.
So let's start from the beginning. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so born and raised in South Florida. I'm Mexican descent, born in America, so Mexican-American. But I don't really feel like I'm culturally Mexican. So like this is just like an ideology thing. I don't feel like I'm culturally Mexican, nor do I feel like I'm culturally American. So I say I'm Mexican. It's like a word I say to like as like how I identify with the ethnic group, because it's like a combination of American / Mexican culture. Because drop me off in Mexico City, I'm not gonna know what to do.
You speak Spanish?
I speak enough Spanish to get me by, but I speak South Florida vibes. You know, I speak like bread, like I speak South Florida, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And I also speak like corporate America business talk, because I used to work at TD Bank, and I'm so glad I did like professional jobs as well, so I know the lingo of corporate America. But back to before we had started the clip, we were talking about language, and it's like I think language is such a beautiful thing because you really add elements to your culture and make it something more. That's the beautiful thing about culture. But yeah, like born and raised here in South Florida, got a big family. I'm glad that my family's been super supportive, family, friends, all the Boba Jit family, just know y'all included too. But it's been good. But yeah, like enough about, I'm very simple. I'm a very simple man.
Simple, okay.
Yeah, I suppose.
So if you could define yourself, that would be one word, just simple or relaxed, or simple and relaxed.
I don't even, I'm just here.
Humble.
I wouldn't even say humble sometimes, because like, it's like there's times I catch myself not like being arrogant sometimes, where I'm like, look at the success of my business, and this is the nature of people, you know. It's like the nature of people to just inflate their ego sometimes, you know.
Do you consider it arrogant or proud? Because there's a line between those two, and I think arrogant will be praising it by putting somebody down.
Oh, okay. So I guess it is being, because I'm very proud of what I've been able to achieve, but I remind myself that I'm not able to do it by myself.
Correct.
Because of the support that I have.
Right.
You know, and like in just a moment it could be gone.
Of course.
And just like tomorrow it could all be over.
Right.
You know, so it's like I'm very proud. So I guess it is.
Because I don't say arrogant. I mean, from what I see from you, your business, the way you talk, carry yourself, I would say like very proud, and maybe also so much that you're not used to being proud this much, so it maybe comes off to you arrogant.
I guess that too, and also like I've never been like exposed to this much attention before either. And not that I'm like trendy and making all these numbers or whatever, but I understand that the Boba Jit brings a lot of value to wherever I go. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people this, like, or not even like when I get the chance to tell people this, but the Boba Jit is. I thought long and hard about the name. You know, I'm like, oh, like I was thinking like Homestead Trap or Homestead Boba Trap, or like my daughter's middle name is Grace, so Graceful Boba Tea or something like that. But I'm like, okay, I want the name to have the product that I'm selling, so Boba. But if you don't know what Boba is, which it's like kind of making its way down this south of like, you know, it's like I'm the first boba tea shop in Homestead.
There you go.
Say that.
See, that's proud. Say that. Wear that.
but it's like, okay, so boba is in the name, and then jit. So you don't know what boba is, but you're from South Florida, you know what jit is.
Means, right.
You know what I'm saying? So I want it to be enough to just make you want to look at the bus itself. You know what I'm saying? So people, I thought long and hard also about the design. So the Boba Jit, that's the name. So I have the product name, but I also have Jit to like encompass the South Florida energy, the South Florida vibe.
Right.
And then the design of the bus, I thought long and hard about that too, because that was the paint job was the one thing I ended up just not doing myself, because everything else I did myself. You feel me? Everything on the inside I did myself, and I was gonna paint it myself, but then I also know like the nature of Miami and the beast of Miami. It's like image is everything, and it has to be Instagrammable. Yeah. So thankfully I was able to get that painted, and then I'm like, I don't want to overdo the design. I don't want no bubbles and drinks and this and that. I want to just, you look at that, it's like, what the hell is that?
Right.
And then it's like, when you see it again, it's like, oh, I seen that when, I remember the last time I seen that. It's become recognizable.
Right.
And
marketable.
Yeah, and I have the logo, I have the JIT. People are like, what's the name of the, like, what is it, what animal? I'm like, it's whatever you want it to be. It's no gender. It's whatever you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? But it's the JIT.
What do you call it? Okay, yeah, that's it.
Whatever it is to you is what it is.
That's what it is. Right.
You know, but,
so Boba, why out of anything, why would you, and where did you try it? How did Boba come into your life?
So the first time I tried Boba, I was like in 11th grade. It was at Wynwood at a food truck. At a food truck was the first time I had it. And to this day, I've never tried Boba like that ever. And it's like, maybe it's the first time you try something, it's like the first time you get to enjoy it. So it's like much more fond memory.
Right.
But I had tried it for the first time there, and it was, what the heck is this that I'm drinking? And I enjoyed it, you know, I loved it. Whatever, so I didn't try it until like many, many years later. And then, like, so I had worked at TD Bank, and like I was doing real good numbers, and they were promising, didn't do anything for me. And then also corporate America is just like, it's just not for me as a person in my spirit.
Correct.
So I ended up leaving TD Bank, and then for a while I was unemployed. This was like during COVID, 2021, so I left like sometime in February. And ended up moving. I found a job in underwriting in Gainesville. So I had just
where?
Underwriting. So it's like whenever you apply for a loan.
Oh, okay.
Like it's like the underwriter's like, let's do the numbers. Let's see if it makes sense for the company to give you money.
Right. And that's what your banking experience.
Well, they allowed me to take that position because of my banking experience. So I went to Gainesville. I don't know when. I knew nobody in Gainesville. Never been to Gainesville. I ended up finding a 4-bedroom, 1-bedroom like that. I was able to rent out for an affordable price. So I moved out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, just all on a whim, honestly. I was kind of scared because it was a new experience for me. Whatever, so I went to Gainesville. My first week there, that Wednesday, I had woke up like at 2 o'clock in the morning. All I hear was like banging, loud banging noises. And I'm like, man, what the heck's going on? Yeah. So I opened the door, and it's like somebody had managed to break down our door, open our front door, and was banging on one of my roommate's door. And it was like, the guy was like, no, I live here. Drunk little college students. So we had to kick him out.
Wow.
That was that Wednesday, my first week there, that Wednesday. Then the next day, on that Thursday, so my apartment was on the 3rd floor facing the parking lot. And I'm like walking down to go to work. I'm walking down the stairs, and I'm like, yo, where's my car at, yo?
Oh, shit.
I ended up finding out, like, my car got towed, so, like, I had to be at work, and then the day before, I left my wallet in the desk, and it was just this whole mission trying to get my car back.
A mess.
And then, first week in Gainesville. Okay, so Friday comes around. Okay, I fixed the whole towing situation. Okay, nobody broke into our house that day. whatever, that Friday comes around, and then whatever, I turn my car on to go to work again, whatever, and then bing, 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 0 PSI on one of my back tires. And this day, on a Friday, I was going to go back into town to spend the weekend with my daughter. And I'm like, okay, like, well, how am I going to go to Miami with a flat tire? And then the mechanic people were like, oh, because the nail is not in this position, we can't change. Yeah, we need a new tire. Right. So that was just like a whole crazy first week. And I remember just sitting back, like, when everything was happening each time, and I just started to tell myself that God is really just testing me. Yeah. He's going to tell me, he's like showing me that my experience in Gainesville is not going to be an easy one.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so in Gainesville, I kind of came to this epiphany. So like, I had this thing, I call them omens. It's like, and omens can be a good or bad thing, but people ask me like, oh, how do I know when I see an omen? And to me, my explanation is, whenever you experience something that you do not routinely experience that catches your attention. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I remember like when I was in Gainesville, I had a dog named Max, and I would take him on like these 2-3 mile walks every day. So from one day to the next, I remember I was walking Max, and by the way, this is like the story of the Boba Jit, I suppose, but it's like my experience in Gainesville. And I'm walking Max, and then I see that, okay, I came across a dead animal. It was an armadillo with like its shell smashed. It was like really, it was like real gruesome actually. It was a little strange, whatever. So I'm like, oh wow, that wasn't here yesterday. So I'm walking some more. So
somebody did something.
Well,
something happened.
There's a lot of armadillos. And Gainesville, I love it because it gives me like perfect small town vibes. It reminds me of Homestead, but what's happening in Homestead is the same thing in Gainesville, and like it's happening all across Florida. Everybody, the issue of like developing is an issue all over Florida. I see it whenever I go to Gainesville because I go often still. It makes me really sad because I see acres and acres of land being destroyed from like my experience in Gainesville to now. Like as I've gone passing by, I've witnessed
overdevelopment.
Forest gone.
Yeah, my mom lives in Deltona, and I go there monthly, so it's 4 hours north. So I know I see.
You see, it makes. But you know what? That's like a whole other conversation on its own. Right. Whatever. So Gainesville has like an outdoorsy vibe to it. So whatever. I was walking Max. I see the armadillo, okay, whatever. I'm walking some more, I see a dead snake. I'm like, okay, whatever. I see a dead bird, I'm like, okay, whatever. The last animal that I seen was a dead turtle. It was like a tortoise or a turtle, because there was like a little pond next to where I lived at. Same thing, it got its like shell smashed. I guess a car ran over it. It was real gruesome too. Right. And it was just like, I didn't know what to interpret out of all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like just, like from one day walking my dog to the next day, I seen all these 4 dead animals. You know, like, to me, this was like another omen. Yeah. But whatever, so like, and also just when I was in Gainesville, a lot had happened, like personal, very, very personal affairs with, like, I have a daughter, and you know, it's like very, very personal things. Right. And then like my relationships, things were going really good, and then things kind of took a turn for the worse. And then all my roommates left, but like this one roommate that I had who was really bad into drugs, where I would be having a conversation with him, and like as we're talking, he'll just bust a oh wow, like it was like severe like disorders. And you know, I'm all for, you could do you as long as you don't like interfere with any other person's well-being.
Encroach on somebody else. Right?
But it was a little severe, you know, and he was like into crack, and he would steal things, and like he would come with different it was like really, really bad. Wow. And he was doing crack in his room, but you know, I had to learn to like compromise with all that, whatever. And then eventually, like, he ended up like, I don't even know what happened to him. I hope he's well, but he just stopped showing up. So I came into his room. It was all trashed or whatever. I cleared it up. So I ended up living out from November to the end of my contract at this apartment. Right. In July.
So the lease is up.
Yeah. So 2022. Yeah. And then whatever. So I was like living like peaceful, quiet. You know, I had like after December things kind of got a little bit better, whatever. But it was like still not the best. And then I had always thought about like I wanted to start a new business. I had to think about like how can I make more money. Right. And in Gainesville, there was a lot of Boba tea shops, and they all did fairly well. And I'm like, this is something that Homestead needs. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing like this is in Homestead, and I would like to do this. Whatever. So I come back from Gainesville. I moved back into July. And my living situation, I thought I was going to live in the place that I was living at when I came back from Gainesville, like, for a good minute. But then, like, in September, the first week of September, so I came back in July, the first week of September, like, I had a week's notice to leave where I was living at. So I'm like, okay, at one point I was low-key borderline thinking I was going to be homeless. To be honest, I was a little scared. I was, like, almost homeless in 2022, possibly. Right. And thankfully, my sister was, like, kind enough to open up her one-bedroom apartment. So I had been living in her living room actually until yesterday. I finally got my own apartment.
Congrats, bro. Congrats.
I got my own apartment.
Congrats.
So I went from living from a living room. I work from home as well. I have another full-time job.
Right.
So I'll work, eat, sleep, everything in that one room. You know, my whole existence became this one room, and that's perfectly fine with me. You know, because I always ask myself, why do I have so many things? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if you ever catch me on the street, like, now because I work from home, I get to do this. So like, I'm not saying I'm dirty or anything like that, whatever.
Yeah, no,
but
you.
I work from home, so I'm not sweaty. So I wear the same clothes like for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? And the way I see it is, like, I want my clothes to be like functional, because also clothing and fashion to me is like, I know people are into fashion a lot, but I always ask myself, like, what's the point in fashion?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
like on like a more like fundamental level.
You
like,
set trends. You don't follow trends.
well, it's like
Your
I just do
trend.
me. I just do
you
me.
do you. Yeah.
I just do me, because like I learned this lesson a long time ago, is that, man, do things and don't even do it for nobody else,
for
man.
yourself.
Just do it for you.
That's a fact.
You know, I remember when I was a little kid. I was like 8 years old. I was in the Ranger. I was leaving CHI. I used to see a therapist. You know, as a little kid, I was like a little bad Jit, whatever. So we're at the light, and I look out the window, and I see this guy who was sleeping behind a bus bench. He was like on the floor though, behind the bus bench, and just this random guy walks up to him, like he grabs him by the shoulder, shakes him, and he hands him a little juice and a honey bun. And I'm like, bro, no matter where you go, like, there's gonna be people out there who care.
Of course,
you know what I mean?
of course.
Like, there's always gonna be people who care,
You can't
and
give
those
up on
people,
humanity.
and it's like they don't even do it for nobody else, but like just to look out for another human
Right,
being. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So that stayed with me to this age. But whatever. So like, fast forward, I'm in Gainesville, 2021, 2022. Come back from Gainesville. And I'm like, okay, I want to do the business. So I had a Camaro that when I moved to Gainesville in 2021 in March, I had owed $17,000 on my Camaro, right? I still owed a pretty good amount. I managed to pay off my Camaro. So I had moved in May, actually, in May of 2021. I had managed to pay off my Camaro in 2022 in March. So like less than a year, I was able to pay off $17,000.
Wow.
And it was a big accomplishment to me.
Hell yeah.
It was I'm so proud that I was able to do this. And that helped me. I ended up selling the Camaro. I ended up giving like some little $2,000 to call my pickup truck, and it helped me push the business. So I had looked into a physical location, and it's just like I looked around and like, hello, Alan. He was like, oh, these are just the normal rates that the market's going for. You know what I'm saying? $4,000 for 1,000 square. It's like, okay. So like, who's gonna be able to afford these aside from big name businesses?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, look down the street, Raising Cane's opened up. No one even heard about a Raising Cane's until like we seen it right there. Right. Bro, that thing had lines for days.
Same thing with Dairy Queen. And
it's like we won't see that we won't see that support from like other businesses in our own community. But I digress. Whatever. So I ended up finding on YouTube this couple, Ivan and Tyler. Tyler, thank you so much. Really, she's like the mastermind, and Evan too. They've helped me out. They're pretty much my mentors. Mm-hmm. They own a Boba Tea bus in Kansas. But big shout out to them. They got a shop now. Like, yo,
congrats.
Yeah, for real.
Congrats.
Like real moves for real.
Right.
And they inspired me. So I ended up the bus. Okay, so the bus. I was looking around to buy a bus for like a good amount of time. And it was like 10,000 plus for like a reasonable bus,
right,
like,
no problems, average,
whatever. So I remember one day I was at the crib and I just see online they had like this website that I found, and they were having an auction on a bus that was going to close out in 3 hours, and the bid was really low. So I'm like, okay, one, I don't know if this is legit. Two, I don't know if the bus is any good. And three is like, well, I don't even know if I could do the auction, whatever. So I was able within that 3 hour of closing out to locate the bus, call the operator of that facility, find out if the bus was good and like all good to go. I registered to auction on the site, and I ended up winning the bus, whatever, all on a whim. Like, I won the bus, you feel me, for like a really good price. And they're like, yeah, like, well, you got to just pick up the bus by this date. So whatever, me and my girlfriend, we flew out to Connecticut, picked up the bus. Also, big shout out to my girlfriend Raquel, like been a huge like factor in all of this too. I call her my creative director too. She's like real artistic.
There you go.
And whatever, we flew out to Connecticut. And bro, the bus thankfully has never broken down on me. I drove it down 24 hours. We made a road trip out of it. We stopped by Washington D.C.
Hell yeah.
We stopped by North Carolina, and then we went to Gainesville, and then we went to Miami. Whatever, it was a little experience, and it was nice, man. And then it came down to, okay, now what do I do? You know what I'm saying? Because people could start and never finish.
No, I got the bus. Now what?
Yeah, yeah. So well, like where I live at, I live in a quadplex, and I just have the bus parked out there. And you know, one day I just took a week off, and I just started gutting out the chairs, and I had to learn the plumbing, the electrical, the carpentry. Didn't know any of this.
Was this YouTube?
Mostly YouTube, to be honest with you. And I'm from Homestead Senior High School. I graduated home of the Broncos,
yes,
representing the city. You feel me?
Yeah,
Representing the city.
Yeah,
Class of 14. And I was in the EBD program, which is like for the children who like can't function in a bigger classroom, whatever.
Okay.
So like in this program, they had taught children how to do electrical wiring. So I had got like a basic principle of like wiring,
right.
Okay, which helped me out a lot. And then you know I just like. I know how to like at least like hammer and nail and cut some stuff.
Sorry to cut you. Is that connected to a generator or is that solar? Your power.
So
I don't want to get too much into shit, but I'm interested.
So the bus is powered by 2 inverter generators that connects to the outside that I have an electrical outlet that connects to a panel box that spreads out into power everything. Which I had like drilled the hose, connected the cords.
You did all this yourself.
The panel set like breaker thing. I have a breaker box in my bus that I did myself. You feel me? And thankfully, I've never got shocked. Thankfully, and thankfully, I've never had like any major plumbing issues either. You know, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean,
it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey.
You're leading with love. You're leading with respect. You're leading with determination. So I think you're well protected from. I mean, like you said, you see these signs. You see omens, not only bad, the omens. Yeah, you see the good ones and stuff like that. And like you do that, you made a very good point because I always tell people, you know, in order for you to accept something and love something, you got to be able to be tested to prove that you can handle it.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, God gave you these
omens,
these tribulations, these omens, whatever they were. You know, because if you didn't go through none of that, would you think you would be able to maintain and juggle as far as you have now?
Well, man, it's like, okay, so one decision can truly impact the rest of our lives,
right?
And it's so crazy. So when I was in first grade, I had to go to summer school, and the last week of summer school, I have a big family. I'm like, why is Crystal and Venom like at the house? I'm at school, whatever. So my mom let me not go to summer school no more, so I had to repeat first grade all over again. Mm-hmm. Whatever. And so as I got older, I'm like, I could have graduated a year sooner. Why? I ended up meeting some of my best friends my senior year. So I'm like, okay, had I never failed first grade, I would have never met my friends. And it's like, had I never met my friends, I would have never got enrolled into college. Had I never, or like, dog, who knows what
could have happened.
But it's like, and then, okay, so right before I got my Boba bus, I had been looking around for an apartment for a long time. I have a daughter. I was living in a living room for a long time. I had got approved for a 2-bedroom apartment for like a reasonable price, $1,100, which is like, you can't find that no more. And I was caught up in this dilemma of like, okay, I can put the money down for the apartment, or I can save the money. Because I hadn't sold the Camaro at the point, because I was like going through like some like a whole
stuff.
Yeah. So I couldn't sell the Camaro, and so I used that money that I got that I would have put down for the apartment to buy the bus, and because of that, I was able to start everything. But I'm like, yo, had I just taken this opportunity of the apartment, I would have never started any of this. And it's like.
And you still probably would have been choking, like
struggling. You know, so it's just been like a whole process, and then like my grand opening October 21st. You know, it was crazy. I wasn't prepared, and I earlier we were talking about like when you're a business owner, you may be passionate about it too. Like, you know, and that's like helps out a lot to take it further. I'm very passionate, but it's not. I don't want to do Boba for the rest of my life, but I want to use that as an opportunity to. I don't know, low key, I love city affairs. I'm into like politics, low key, but I don't know. I would like to get into like humanitarian work or something like that. So use
it as a platform.
Stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? But I am very passionate about the Boba Jit as a whole too, because earlier I was talking about the name, the Boba Jit. So okay, the name, the Boba Jit, is not a place. It's not a place. The Boba Jit is me. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at my Instagram, you don't see like just a whole bunch of photos of like the drinks. And you know what I'm saying? It's right. The Boba Jit is like you get to follow along and see my experience of what I'm going through.
Journey.
Like I want to kind of like put on my account like, hey, like I got my new apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've gotten to this point from living in a living room to like having my own spot now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm incredibly proud about this because
as you should.
It's like I'm not gonna lie. Like I did it all on my own. I did it all on my own. Now I had help. Yes, I had help, but like. Ain't nobody put no money down for nothing. No. You know, low key, bro.
No.
Like,
you work to get what you have.
I paid for everything. I have no debt. Like,
right.
I have nothing of debt from the business when starting out. Everything is paid for already. Title in hand, all the equipment paid for, all my supplies paid for. Like, nothing on credit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very proud about this.
You should.
You know what I'm saying? I went from living in a living room to like, and I'm only going up from here. You know, and this is why I'm like, I always just remind myself that I am just so blessed. It's just so crazy how blessed.
But like you said though, it's blessed, and it's also, as you just stated, I did this. So you're seeing your fruits. You're seeing the work that you're putting in. Like you're actually experiencing. Since you are going harder than the normal person, they're coming more fruitful and they're coming more vibrant, and that's why it's like to you, it's like, holy shit. But at the same time, and that's good for your business because, and this is why I wanted to interview you, because I wanted people to see this actual story, because, you know, people buy a product and sometimes they don't know the history of the product. And this will make you want to go and buy this product more now because, you know, you're selling it with pride. You're making it with pride. So now my question to you with the Boba Jit and selling boba is, so how is this process? Like, do you make this? Do you buy? How does? Or is it a secret? Or
okay. So first and foremost, I brew my tea fresh every single day. The boba I make fresh, like every single day. The boba takes me like 3 hours to make, so I make it before I even open up.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I open up at 2 o'clock, but I'm like up at like 8 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I'm already setting up for the day.
Brewing.
You know, like I'm already doing it. So like whenever I open up, my whole day is consumed to just opening up. It's like I have no free time and I don't mind it at all. I like it.
No, it's your passion.
You know, so I work from like my new schedule when I open up to the general public 2 to 8. Okay, so I'm prep. I at least give myself some time to enjoy a breakfast in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, have some time to like pamper myself a little bit. But so I'll do that from 2 to 8. And I wouldn't make it back home until like 10 o'clock at night. So I'm like out all day working, and I don't mind it at all. I like just talking with people too. Yeah. Like I've always been the kind of person that like I just be talking to whoever. You feel me?
Same.
Like
I got a podcast.
You know.
Oh well, listen, we're one of the same kind of like thing, because that's just stories itself. So just that. So okay, so you're brewing, you're making, you're doing all that.
So it's a lot of trial and error because I've never worked in a boba tea shop before. Now a lot of my like restaurant experience came from Chipotle. I worked at Chipotle for like 2-3 years, which was a big chapter in my life where I one of the best experiences working at Chipotle here at Homestead. Mm-hmm. And so another thing about me is that I kind of like label my life in chapters, you know. So like right now I'm in the Boba Jit chapter, you know what I'm saying? Like before I was in Dead Tree Stump. Before that I was in the Garden of Moral, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I call it the chapters.
No, I love it. I love it. We need to write a book one day.
You know, and so I worked at Chipotle for a while, and I'm not gonna lie, they taught me how to work with a sense of urgency. Step with some purpose, you know what I'm saying? Like clean with some purpose. And now whenever I go to a business, I like to go to the bathroom and I see if the bathroom is clean or dirty. If it's dirty, it's like, okay, they're not really noticing the small details. If it's clean, it's like, okay, their attention to detail. And it's like an indicator of how they treat their business behind the scenes.
Of course.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, no, it's a fact. It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So like Chipotle helped like cleaning, and like TD Bank helped me with like professionalism, and just all these things accumulated to where I'm at right now. So I had some experience, yes, but then also like routines on how to do my things throughout the day. It's like, okay, what do I make first? Tea, boba, okay, like now I need to get water for the tank. I need to put gas in the generators. I need to I always try to like deep clean every Sunday. So after every shift on Sunday, I'll like get all the pump bottles, clean them all out, you know what I'm saying? Every single time I close, whether it's a Sunday or not, I always dry all the dishes, put them all away. Good. It's like I try to do everything as best I can. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if people ever see me like when they drive by, I be on the floor scrubbing, you know what I'm saying? It's like I be doing that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's,
you have pride in your work.
I have dumb pride in my work.
Yeah.
But and it's like for the consumer, for my like the Boba Jit family, they see the drink that is in their hand, you know what I'm saying? But they don't know all the energy that's come up to this point for you to get this drink in your hand. The logo, you know what I'm saying? The whole Boba Jit logo, like, I'm not gonna lie, my girl designed it, by the way, which we in the middle of revamping. But we spent a lot of time behind that too, you know what I'm saying? And I'm also, like, once again. Yeah. It's pride into it. I'm very glad to just see where it's at now, man. It's, I don't know, but I be going on tangents.
No, go ahead.
Going on tangents. It's
your interview, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Your family's gonna understand you, so it's okay. It's okay.
So the whole routine of me, I make the tea. You know what I'm saying? I have my ingredients, and like that's just pretty much the that for that. You know what I'm saying?
So, $1 million question: what is boba tea for the people that do not know?
Man, you know that question stumps me every single time, and it's like I should be able to answer that, right? But it's like, for those who know, they know, because usually the old heads, like, and not to like talk down on nobody,
no.
But it's like I'll tell a person like in their 40s, and it's like, oh, I like, what's boba tea? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a Taiwanese tea-based drink that's more of a dessert with little balls at the bottom, is how I say.
And what are the balls?
So there's different ones. So there's the tapioca pearls that are traditionally for the milk teas, and then there's the poppers that you would see at Menchie's. And I have lychee jelly too, which is like, bro, there's that little Mexican candy that comes in a jar with like all these different, that right there, but lychee flavor, you feel me?
Right.
And so that's the tapioca pearl.
Did you do that? Sorry to cut you. Did you make that yourself, or does somebody else have?
Oh, I have a manufacturer. So
No. Somebody else do that kind of tea with the lychees, or are you the only person that does that?
I'm sure there's other tea shops as well.
Because I've never heard that one.
Oh, lychee, yeah. I'm sure there's other tea shops, but so me finding a supplier that my sleeping schedule is like all messed up. And I feel like this is just like how I find my routines and cycles of like how I think. I think I perform and think the best at nighttime, right? So there'll be times I wake up from like 2 o'clock and I'll be up to like 6 o'clock in the morning. And a lot of my suppliers, they're like in Taiwan, and I would be able to speak to them at this point. But also, I feel like creatively, I'm able to think and like, I like that time the most because I can just think with more clarity.
What works for you though?
I think I'm a moon person. You know? Like, the moon is my like spirit, I guess.
And you're your own business, so you can work at your own times and whatever time works the best for you.
Yes and no, because I also work full time and I work from 8:30 to 7 o'clock at night.
Okay, so see, people don't know that one.
Yeah, so like the only days that I'm open are Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays with the Boba Jit, which are my days off from my main job. Okay. Which I do 40 hours. So that's why I don't open up every day.
See, we need that fun fact so we know like how much you're really.
I'm doing like 80 hours a week. I would say like probably
with joy and a smile on your face.
Yeah,
no stressing.
I love it. I love it.
Right. No complaining, none of that.
Yeah. But so I have the milk teas and the fruit teas. Okay, but I was going into the conversation about the manufacturer. The manufacturer. So like I spent a lot of hours just learning the recipes. I spent a lot of time learning the whole like. Just the process of everything. Just the process of everything. Finding a supplier, because that was another big thing as well. And like my supplier is a couple hours away, and I had to go there to test the samples out, and I tried everything, and now we have a great relationship, and now I have that figured out. But just finding out the recipes and finding out what drinks I want to make, and finding out like I thought about like naming the drinks at first, you know, like, and even to this day I think about how I can like, because me, I'm all about including everybody, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like there's like one of the Boba Jit family, she's visually impaired, and I remember I was asking like, what can I do with my menu that would make it easier for you to be able to like enjoy the experience? You know what I'm saying? It's like, because I'm not sure if you get to see the sign, or I don't know if you can like see the menu. It's like so she came up with like and we still need to work on this, but like a Braille menu. Correct. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
that's dope,
man. It's like we're so oblivious to the people outside of our own lives, you know what I'm saying? Like there's like I used to live in Litty City, and there's like this open plot of land that viewed the highway. So as a little kid, I remember I would go like at 12 o'clock at night and sit down on this big old tree on the grass looking at the highway. And I remember just thinking to myself, I'm like, everybody in their car has got something going on right now. This person is probably coming back from a 12-hour shift. This person is probably coming back from cheating on their spouse. This person, you know, it's like we have no idea.
Drunk, partying.
We have no idea. We don't. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
the Matrix.
No, we're all just in our own world. And I try to remind myself that I don't say that my life is not important, but it's not everything. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much more going on beyond my world. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know. It's like it's just not all about me. It's just not about me. So I try to include whoever I can. You know what I'm saying? You know, because like I worked in corporate America, and they're like, "Oh, you got to brush your hair. You have to come in tuck shirt. You got to talk professional." And it's like,
why?
It's like
just
why?
why?
Like why?
Give me a legitimate answer that I can understand, and I would listen to it. But if you just tell me that,
it all comes down to like business and making more money. That's like the fundamental aspect of why you do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's corporate America for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like now that I'm in this platform of being who I am, it's more organic. I can be more at myself. So a lot of people, like, I be having my little speaker there. I be in my own little world. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I make every single drink just for that person. Because people are telling me, like, I know the wait time can be a little crazy sometimes. Like, thank y'all for y'all patience, y'all support. So I thought about, like, ways to minimalize or, like, lessen the time that it takes to make a drink, my turnout. And people are like, maybe you should pre-make the drinks. And I'm like, I could probably do that, but it's like, it's not just for you. You know what I'm saying? It's for whoever.
Each one's individual.
Yeah, it's like I make every single drink for that person. You know what I'm saying? It's like you see me making it for you. Like whatever you see me doing on that bus, I'm in my own world, but doing it for you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in my own little. I love it. I love it. Like,
you know what'd be dope? I'll give you a maybe something that could work. Putting a little TV on the side and putting your videos on how you do things throughout the day.
See, so
giving somebody a point of view of how it works.
Anything with electrical is a bit tricky because the way I've done like the cables is like I only have 2 outlets.
See, I don't know this. I don't know this shit.
I only have 2 outlets,
so you can't plug too much in because it'll short it out.
Yeah. And see, the thing that like pulls a lot of energy is the water heater because I have a water pump system that like is a water pump and a water heater, and the water pump goes through the water heater to cycle through the sinks. Because I have to do all of this. You know what I'm saying? Learn it all.
Right.
But the water heater pulls a lot of energy on the generators, and then also like. So, okay, like, my generator situation, whenever both of them crank on, low-key, that's a good omen for me, to be honest. Because sometimes one of them don't be turning on, like, yo. So I'll be on crutches with one generator only, whatever, but,
you make it happen still.
Yeah, but the generators is like, okay, every 50 hours I have to, like, clean the carburetor, clean out the oil, like, it's like a lot, and it's, like, not easy to do, low-key. It's a lot of work to do.
So you're, like, electrician, mechanic, cook,
carpenter, business
owner, social media handler.
Yeah. Well, okay. So my content, I partnered up with this local group they call Understand, but his name is Diego. Man, my dude is crazy with the camera skills. I love like great people. I really fuck with him, bro.
Right.
And I've like trusted him to like handle my. So if you look at my videos, you know like. Bro, go to Understand, look at a video with the Boba Jit. We doing numbers, you know what I'm saying? Just know we doing numbers.
I seen that.
You know what I'm saying? Like our recent video hit over 10,000 views. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, millions of views some YouTube videos get, but it's like
no.
I'm proud that I
genuine.
Genuine, organic. You know what I'm saying?
It's not bought or
nothing,
fake or gimmicks.
We don't got no ads, no nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Genuine
what you see is what you get. You look at me, it's like you see home, like you'll see me in the same outfit at Publix. Probably for the next 3 days. You know what I'm saying? I'm just joking.
He took a shower in between though.
Yeah, I changed the socks and the boxers.
Little do they know, like if you got the same outfit in your closet, they just don't know that.
Well, see, it comes down to like I think about like I like city infrastructure and like I'm like I think if my parents would have pushed me, I would have been an engineer. But I think about like maximizing things, you know what I'm saying, like effectiveness, you know what I'm saying. It's like when you open up your closet, well, one, if you have a whole bunch of clothes, like my view on like clothes in the industry of fashion and fast fashion is like I'm not really big on it because like people, here's how I view the extremely wealthy, this is my own view, whatever, but it's like the people who are extremely wealthy with the mega yachts and all those super luxury cars, it's like they're extorting the people at the very, very bottom who are making nothing. You feel me?
Of course.
And it's like people tell me like, oh, you can charge more for your drinks, and I'm like, I probably can, but it's like I don't feel like I want to. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm making money. I can make more money, but it's like not always about money. You know what I'm saying? It's not always about money. No, I still have to make my profit and make my overhead and do this and that and do this and that.
You're not gonna go into negative, but you're not seeking to kill people.
Yeah. It's like I'm not gonna rip people off. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, and there's another thing is that if I ever do like a special event where I charge more, like at Taco Fest, I raise my prices because I have to pay a vendor's fee.
Yeah.
But for all my regulars, I charge them the regular price.
Mm-hmm.
Like all my regulars, I would never charge them the inflated price.
Right.
Like, cause it's just like I'm like you good to me. Like you know what I'm saying. I'm never gonna charge you inflated price. So just everybody, if y'all don't know, y'all know y'all good with me.
Get a Boba Jit fan card so they get presented.
I
right
need
ahead.
to. I need
We're
to.
like, hey.
We're talking about like the whole like electrical stuff and all that.
Yeah.
But I thought about like doing like an iPad screen on the outside
Or QR code.
like that.
So make a YouTube channel, put all the videos that you want people to watch up, put a QR code. While you wait, check out how we do this.
Oh.
Scan this.
Huh, see, like, now I don't want to mention these stuff and me not do it, and then it's like, oh, what
No,
you
I'm
doing?
just popping out ideas.
Yeah, like
No, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just
That's
telling
like a
you.
good idea, low-key,
I'm just
low-key.
giving you ideas. Before we go forward, I just want to give your whole family, team, fan, everybody that's commenting right now. We're not reading comments.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
No, but they're coming in left and right.
Okay.
You don't have to. I don't want you to get distracted. But I want y'all to know that we see them and definitely. Like, thank you. This is going to go on YouTube after this, so you can still drop your love and mention him on the YouTube.
Yeah, thank you.
But no, we see the comments. He's not being rude, and I'm not being rude. We're just going with the show.
Yeah.
So, what has been your biggest inspiration in this whole journey in the business?
Okay, so my biggest driving factor was my daughter. I mean, obviously, because like now that I have a child, I love my daughter. She loves something though. But all children like that though.
She likes the tea?
Her favorite is a tiger milk tea. Yeah,
Okay.
her favorite is a tiger milk tea.
Right.
And honestly, I want her to get like I can't wait till she's old enough where I'm like I don't gotta pay you and you working with me all day. You know what I'm saying?
No child labor laws.
tight.
It's family.
But my daughter has been like a big like stir of the moment for all that. You know what I'm saying? It's like she'll hit me like, "Oh, Daddy, I want to have a sliding door at our house, and I want to have a stairs and this." I'm like, why can't I do that? You know what I'm saying? Like I could do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you built the whole fucking bus. So
Yeah. But it's like that's been a big factor of it all. And then, you know, I also think about like earlier we were talking about like feeling shame. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I think about my role in my family as a whole now. I'll take another one low key.
Yeah,
I'll take another one if it's okay.
Yeah.
Let's finish this one right here. Let's toast on this one.
Yeah,
right
just toast on it for sure.
Yeah.
There's another one for you.
I'm not a drunken like that. I'm good.
This is a seltzer. It's 100 calories.
Oh, okay. And the way I see it is like, bruh, in the Bible they drunk wine. You feel me? Like you don't have to stumble if you drink a little bit.
For sure.
But like my daughter was like the big inspiration of it all. But I also like my father passed away during COVID, and like after he had passed away, like it just kind of dawned on me. I'm like, you know, I want to honor my family. You know what I'm saying? Right. I want to put on for my city. You know, for all those around me, I want us to do good. For my community, I want my community to get wealthier. You know what I'm saying? It's like I find myself in a very particular situation where I feel like people view me differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not to like brag and like that. And I try to remind myself to be humble. But it's like I find myself in a new position in my family where it's like I have earned this status. You know what I'm saying? I have earned it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like I'll go like to my family crib and it's like the little nephews ain't, hey, let's start cleaning up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, we gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because like let's honor the family. Like my little nephew, like he'll make dirty dish, put in the sink. And I'm like, you're not gonna wash? He's like, no, my mom washes it. You know what I'm saying? But like, okay, so like you don't like washing other people's dish, but like you want your mom to wash everybody's dish. You know what I'm saying? Like what kind of logic are you using? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like if we all play a role, we'll be able to just make it easier on everybody else around us. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then also like outside of my family and like putting off my family name. Also, my name, I want to change my last name. Not that I'm not proud of my last name. But it's like earlier I was like, oh, you know, I'm more on my mom's side, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I identify differently. So I'm like, oh, like Mexican. I want to change my last name to either Mexico or Mexica. I'm still debating on that. But I want to change my last name because it's like this new identity of Mexican culture that's not culturally Mexican, but like also not culturally American.
Create the new,
you know what I'm saying?
Culture,
and this is, I love culture and language and all this, like, the beauty about culture is when you get two different cultures and make it something better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Take the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
For sure.
So also like this newfound position in my family, but also as a business owner in my community, it's like, think about it as we have a puddle. And it's like, okay, you spend money here and this puddle is going to get bigger. And it's like, as long as I'm not sending that puddle somewhere else, like to some other like community, I'm like living in Kendall or something like that. It's like, this puddle gets to grow more and more and more and more and more. And it's like, it's, you know, I'm
the term everybody eats.
Everybody eats type, you feel me? And it's like, I want this puddle to become a lake, and I want this lake to become an ocean, you know what I'm saying? But we have to stop thinking about me as a person. And I get it, we're all marketed as consumers. Every commercial is like, look at this luxury watch, you can get it if you got enough money. Look at this beautiful home, Lexus, you know, Tesla, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and then, okay, like Teslas and all that. There's a book called Cobalt Red. It talks about the Democratic Republic of Congo and how they mine for these minerals, and like just be grateful for all the technology that we have, and be mindful about just our role as a consumer and the impact that it has on a global scale. You know what I'm saying?
Diamonds and everything else.
I be rambling, but like
no. But listen, we also need to know who are you, because you are the person that is this whole conglomerate, you know, and people want to know your drive, your reasons, your purpose, all your inspiration, which is your daughter, you know, all these things. So future dreams and for the business. Is it a bigger bus? Is it a actual store? Is it another bus with another person running that bus, or anything else that I didn't mention that may be different?
So,
but in this business,
So I played around with a lot of like. My initial thing was, okay, the bus is gonna get me to a storefront location, and I don't know if that's the route I want to go anymore.
Okay.
Because once again, it comes down to like, the Boba Jit is not a place, it's like a person, but like it's an experience too. You know, that's just what I try to. Right. It's an experience. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's something magical about the value, like, and it doesn't have to be a monetary value at all. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, okay, I'm really glad people actually enjoy and love my drinks. Like, people tell me like, this is the best boba I have. I'm like, I'm really glad that I got that feedback and support, and I'm glad that my drinks taste great.
Right.
You know, so that's one thing. But it's also like you go there, and a lot of my customers know each other. I hate saying the word customers because I don't want to view it like that. You know what I'm saying? The Boba Jit family. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, they talk with each other. You know what I'm saying? And they communicate. And they like, I'm making drinks, and like this past Sunday, I had an order where, big shout out, you know who you are, big order, and then the order behind them also like low key kind of big order, but they're like, oh, well, we'll wait. You know what I'm saying? And they're in line talking with.
They were okay people. With waiting because they know each other.
Yeah, right. And it's like, okay, I'm glad that they're so patient with me, and I'm glad they still enjoy my drinks, and so like, not only are they patient with me and they see that I'm busy, but then I also get to talk with them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know their names, I know what they like. You know what I'm saying? It's like, their family is how I see it. It's not just a customer. You know, they're not just a person who like, I'm gonna make money off this person, because like, money is just a thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. But like, the support that I have allows me to continue moving forward.
The support that you have is something money can't buy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want you to know that. I really want you to know. I really want you to know that. Like, that's why at the same time you look at it like, because the business is like, they spend big money on research and development, trying to find what you have, and it's like, this is natural, which is a beautiful thing. Like, I want you to understand that and know that. I want you to really understand that.
I'm not. It comes down to me just being blessed, honestly.
But you work hard. I always want you to remember that. You do work hard. So, you know, don't just think it's happening.
It's not luck. It's not luck. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because like,
it's your reward.
I made it happen.
Right.
I made it happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? I had the vision, and I described myself as like, I'm not per se an artist where I can like paint like some Pablo Picasso or make music.
Artist comes in all.
But I view myself as like a visionary. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the director. You know what I'm saying? So the Jit, I didn't draw him, low key. This is like Trey's secrets. But just know, if you're looking for a logo for your business, use AI generator. You know what I'm saying?
You know, but it's just
AI generator.
Everybody
knows
this. You know, and it's
and it took a long time for me to just get the image that I was like.
That's the art, but that's the creative mind. You are just, so anybody can get a AI generator, but who has the mind to make it?
Yeah, you gotta like pitch it ideas and like word it out differently and all that. But I'm really glad that I found something that's like, I love the Boba Jit design. You know, like it's like,
you notice it everywhere.
His name is the Jit. You know what I'm saying? Just know he the Jit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like we're talking about like, what next step do I want to take with the business? And I'm like, I would like to do a physical location, but like, I think like it's like almost magical with the Boba Bus. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to where I post up on my normal days, but it's like in some random dirt field, whatever. And I just think it always fascinates me how I'm able to just draw people to this dirt field and come support me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, because that,
once again, something money can't buy.
Yeah, at all. And it reminds me of like the laundromat. You know, it's like, how can it remind you of the laundromat? Well, I love the laundromat, low key. I love the laundromat. I love going there, and when I'll be up late night, like from 2 to 6, there's like this laundromat next to like on Chrome on Palm Drive. I would go there and do my laundry, whatever. And I would look at the people in the laundromat, and I'm like, some people had nice cars, nice clothes.
Street from Advance Auto Parts.
Yeah, next to the pawn shop, next to the pawn shop.
Sorry to cut you. I'm just
trying to associate. Yeah. Well, so this laundromat, or any laundromat for that matter, is like, yo, you can be in whatever position in your life, dog, but if you here, we on the same page.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it reminds me of like the Serengeti watering hole is like tigers, zebras, alligators, hippos,
all drinking the water.
All drinking the water, bro. It's like, we good. You know what I'm saying?
From
like
the lowest food chain to the highest.
Drinking that water. You know what I'm saying? We on the same page.
Hell yeah.
And it's like, reminds me like when people come to my, like the Boba Jit, when I open up, it's like they come for the same reason, like to try and like experience the wonder of the Boba Jit, I suppose. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a place. It's a person, you know what I'm saying? And it's me. I feel like I want to just start telling people my name is the Boba Jit, you know what I'm saying? Because like, not that my whole identity is consumed into this, because like I'm
still you.
Yeah, you bro. Like, people who know me. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
but without you, there is no Boba Jit.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So like, I thought about doing another bus, but it's like, I just not be finessing them drinks, bro. Like, I be finessing, bro. Like my little nephew be trying to help me, and he like, bro. Big shout out to Ant, bro. Big shout out, bro. He real helpful.
He's the one that he's on your side.
I got the family members working for me, and I only, like, low key, I want to only hire, at least for right now, within the family.
Sure, of course,
like,
of course.
But you give a little kid $20, like, I'm rich.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's good money. Stop.
That's good money. That's good money.
But
don't worry about the other stuff.
Like Anthony, he big help, but you know, I is like earlier, like, the process of making the drinks. Well, I've like learned to just how I make the drinks, and like the best way I found to make the drinks. You know what I'm saying? And I try to do it where if you had a drink today, the next time you come in 2 weeks, or whatever you come, I want you to experience the same drink you had before. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. It's like, I want you to try the same drink you had before that made you come again. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if it tastes different, too sweet, too this, too that, and it's like, I don't like it, or it's just not consistent. Correct. You know what I'm saying? That's how I try to do it.
You want to have that. It's kind of like those old school food businesses. Like, you go to the diner and you get a pie. Every time you go to that diner, that pie it's not a manufactured pie. This is a pie. Homemade, yeah. And no matter what you do, every Sunday you go in for that pie, and that pie is always the greatest pie. So it's like that same mentality.
Yeah. And then back to the whole experience of the Boba Jit bus. I have been to like another boba tea shop here in the community, and it's like, okay, it was fine, it was nice, but I stepped in, I'm like, it doesn't give me homestead energy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, cause at some point people are just doing things for the money, and that's fine too.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying? That's fine too. But it's like, if like you felt that you can come to a community that's not your own community and profit off our own community, it's like, just know there's another player in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Experience,
and it's like, I'm from like down south. I call it bottom of the map, to be honest, which is like homestead bottom of the map. You know what I'm saying? And it's different from everywhere else in the world. I feel for real. And I put on for my city. Like, there's beauty, and I used to always hear this as a kid, Brandon. Like, it's like, look at it now. People would always say, "There's nothing for you in homestead." And it's like, well, guess what?
I'm gonna make it.
It's like, well,
I'm gonna make something.
It's like for those who felt that way, it's like, try to get something on homestead, buy a crib. Oh, you can't afford it no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when you had the opportunity, nothing for you on homestead, and now it's too late sometimes for most of us. You know what I'm saying? And then like, it just comes down to like generational benefit from people in the past. You know, it's like, my family never owned property. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just is what it is. But also this notion of owning property, this like tangent, another tangent. This notion of owning property is like, I low-key, in my mind as a person, I can never get behind it, because it's like I had the Camaro that I sold to help me help me propel the business. But I used to tell myself, I'm like, okay, yeah, this piece of paper says that I own this thing, but nothing of this thing is me.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? The only thing that is of me is like my hair, my blood, my sweat, my semen. This is me.
Right.
You know, and then my children, which are extension of ourselves, which
Correct.
we have a responsibility to our children because they are an extension of ourselves.
Right.
But like a car is like nothing of that is me. So like what makes it mine? Like there's times people like, and if you're watching this, just like maybe don't do it. But there's times people on the bus, they're like leaning on the bus with their hand on it. You know what I'm saying? Or they're like playing with the sign.
Right.
And it's like, it bothers me, but it's also like, you know what, bro? Like, we're all just existing in this world, you know what I'm saying? Oblivious to the person next to us, you know what I'm saying? And as long as, like, they're not, like, scratching at stuff or damage, it's like, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, like, a part of it is, like, this perception of ownership that I own the bus, and therefore, I don't want them to touch it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, nothing of this is really mine. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I just try to remind myself that it could all just be gone in a moment. And like the way I came in is the way I'm going out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I'm really into plants too. And like where I was living at before, I had like a little cat that was outside. Bro, cats are murderers, bro.
I have one in the house.
Bro, they be murking, bro. Like, you know, like plenty of birds, plenty of lizards. I have this I had this big old palm tree that I got when I first made it back into town from Connecticut on the drive with the bus. And it was on the side of the road. It was a big old palm tree. I found it, I just threw it in the bus, and I have it now to this day.
With you.
Still with me.
Yeah.
So whenever like this cat would kill a lizard or a bird, I just be throwing the animal into the plant pot, low-key, for the soil, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, my daughter, like, I try to have like serious conversation with my daughter. She's still young, but it's like, I try to remind her that, yo, like, it's the cycle of life. We all come back to where we came from, you know what I'm saying? But then,
it's a full-blown circle. It's a full-blown circle.
But,
we're close to Mother's Day this weekend. I want to shout out your mom, because your mom is always posting, supporting you.
Super supportive,
good vibes, good energy. It's coming this Sunday, so I want to make sure we put her face and her name and her love and support on the map. I do see that she's always promoting you and things like that.
She's been supportive.
So shout out to your mom.
Yeah.
Also, what's your mom's favorite flavor?
Man, to be honest, she be getting the passion fruit light sweetness. I think that's one.
That's her favorite?
Low key, because she be changing it up sometimes, but it's always a fruit tea but light sweetness.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I want to just mention, I've learned this a long time ago, that if you have some kind of relationship with a person that like you don't entirely hate, man, like I've always told myself that whoever I care about, I want them to know that I care about in case I'm gone tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's like for your mothers too. Now, as far as like Mother's Day, Father's Day, all these hallmark holidays,
make it every day.
It's just for business. You know what I'm saying? I get the notion of like it's all marketed for business, and like I'm like conflicted about doing things for that reason.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I've been telling my family about this. I'm like, so my dad's birthday is December 3rd. Excuse me. And I'm like, okay, we celebrate Christmas December 21st, and we celebrate this day on this day because we're told that this is a holiday. But it's like, as a culture, as a family, why can't we make December 3rd like a reason to celebrate and make this our family holiday?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like a culture thing as well.
Make it a grand holiday.
Yeah. So like, for October 21st is like the day I had an official opening,
and that needs to be a day that you
like a very special day. And then my sister is so funny how she like
that needs to be.
We should make it a holiday,
like
Boba
Day.
You
should. Fuck yeah, you should. Hell yeah.
But I'm thinking like right now, I'm thinking about some crazy. I think I want to do some crazy promotion that day, like low key, some ridiculous thing.
Do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't think about it. Do it. I'll be there to interview everybody too. Like for sure, do it. So what's your favorite flavor?
Oh, rose lychee. I like the rose lychee low key because it's not too strong, but it's like it's very refreshing.
Right.
And then you have like another big thing that damaged my sleep schedule, but I love my drinks is the tea. So tea is naturally caffeinated, so like it like wakes you up a little bit, but like it's still I enjoy the rose lychee a lot. Mm-hmm. That one is my favorite drink. As far as milk teas, so my little nephew Ant. He down what he do is we call it like low key we call it the Ant special. Whenever people are like I don't know what to get and we're like we get a taro milk tea which is like a fruity pebble cereal taste.
Okay.
And then we'll do mango poppers in it. So like whenever like we recommend somebody like that, he'd be like, man, like tell him that's the Ant special, which like I'm like maybe, bruh. Maybe.
Keep doing good. We might put your name on something.
Tight.
Keep doing good and keep not charging me a good price for you to work.
But my little Ant, like he good though, and I hope that I'm in a position that I can pay him what he's okay with getting paid to. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's the number one seller for the teas? I know you sell a bunch and this and that, but if you could name something,
I'm not gonna lie. I got some heavy hitters in the game, bro, who like loyal to the flavors.
Not them. Wait. So my question is, what's your number one flavor sold?
Okay, so fruit teas, low key gotta be the rose lychee. Low key. Well, see, it depends because I have a lot of people who favor the rose lychee. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But for people who never tried boba tea. And like I usually like for the children especially, mango or strawberry fruit tea sell really good because it's a safe bet. You know what I'm saying? It's like who don't like mango? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would say out of all the fruit teas, maybe strawberry. Because it's like it's such an easy one to get. Yeah. And then for the milk teas, low key strawberry milk tea. Strawberry milk tea, that thing be wild. And like I'm actually surprised because people who try boba, the most common like milk tea that like. It's Taro milk tea. Like it's like a very safe one that's like on the milk side, Taro milk tea.
Yeah.
But no, the strawberry milk tea sells better than both, like than the Taro. But also it depends. Like it's really
It varies.
Because like I did a catering event on Saturday. Damn near everybody got a strawberry fruit tea, which normally is not like that.
Right.
And then at Taco Fest, I sold the most brown sugar milk teas I had ever sold, and it's like I wasn't really expecting it. Out of all the milk teas, brown sugar milk tea sold the most, which is normally like not the case.
It might even be just some like you have that family where family's just telling other people this is good, buy it, and they're just listening to other people and they're buying it.
Well, see, okay, cause my family like. My fault.
No, that's my bad. So, if you had the chance to talk to your 13-year-old self, what advice would you give yourself? One piece of advice.
Dog, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'll try to. I don't know, man. Because it's like.
Because it's not. I don't want you connected to what ifs or should have beens or what. But if you could talk to your 13-year-old self, or even not even advice, tell him something. What would it be?
I don't know, man. Buy a house in Homestead before COVID. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Buy a house before COVID. You know what I'm saying?
I like that one.
That's the one right there.
I like that one.
But as for, man, you know, the I just feel like the world. Like I like to think about it as everything's on a scale. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like not everybody can be happy. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody can be sad. But the reality is that you must have bad days so that other people can have good days, and you're gonna have good days so that and other people can have bad days. You know what I'm saying? It's like
the rain has to rain sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it can't always be perfect for you. You know what I'm saying? That allows me to reminds me that it's not all about me. You know what I'm saying? There'll be times I'm like when I used to work, I work from home now, which is I love it. But there'll be times I'm like rushing to work, and I'll get the red light. And I'm like, this person's going too slow. Road rage. Such a weird thing, you know what I'm saying? But I have another thing, I call it the Mike Tyson effect. Because it's like, okay, people have all the road rage in the car, but like, if that person stuck out and it was a prime Mike Tyson, would you get your act right, or would you still talk how you're talking?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
It's
you're
like,
right. That's it.
But it's like, I'm like, people think like, oh, like God speak to me. You know, it's like, God is not going to be like, hey, Willie, do this. It's like, I think if God is real, God speaks to you in the sense of omens, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're going to catch the red light, and even though you're going to be late to work, it's like now that car passing by extra time is going to prevent a car crash that's going to happen later on down the line, that's going to allow this person to get to work on time, so that this person can sell this drink to this person, not having to wait an extra 5 seconds, so that person can get this thing done, and like some crazy domino effect.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you ever heard of the butterfly effect?
Yeah, the butterfly.
It's like how one little can create
everything.
A hurricane in some other place in the world.
Slapping this thing down will change the
crazy thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like that's why. If I can go back in time, like, would I want to change things? I don't know, dog. Because, like I mean, sure, things are, like, crazy as they are right now. But I've always been under the impression that people just want to feel like things are important in their lifetime. You feel me?
Of course.
And not to say that our lives are not important. You know what I'm saying? But there's, like, always something going on. You know what I'm saying? And, like, it could always be worse. You know what I'm saying? It could always be worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
It could. I got 2 more questions for you, but before my last, if your dad was here today, what do you think would be his favorite flavor?
Oh man, I don't know, dog.
No,
I don't know.
what would you give him to wow him?
I don't know, man.
Like, you want him to like your stuff, and you got something to give. What flavor would you give him? Like, Dad, try this one.
You know, I never knew my dad's favorite song.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
I just put up a post like this earlier.
You know, I never knew his favorite song. Like, I never knew stories of when he was 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't know what to have given him, to be honest with you. I know he would have been down to try a lot of all the drinks, probably. You feel me? He would have been down to try all of them.
Hell yeah.
But it's like, I don't know which one would have been his favorite.
Give him your favorite. Fuck it.
Tight.
Give him your favorite. But like, you know what, Pops? You trying this one today.
But I like to think about it a lot. I'm like, I like to think about, like, how would he just feel about our family if he just seen us right now? Like when I'm up late at night, I think about it, like, and I feel bad when I don't think about my dad. Mm-hmm. Like, there's days where, like, I just wouldn't think about him.
Right.
But, like, I know if he was still here, but I know he'll be dumb happy.
Yeah,
like,
proud,
for real.
Yeah.
Like, because, see, me and my dad's relationship was very strange. Like, I was telling about the story earlier.
You'll probably have a second floor of your bus, because he'll probably go and do extra work on your thing, and we're like, yo, we gonna hook this up.
Yeah.
We gonna put TVs, because you say you can't do this.
Yeah, my dad, no, he, like, see, my dad, he got that hustle in him for real, like, for real deal. Like, I didn't have it in me. And, like, yeah, I hustle, I suppose, but, like, thankfully it's been more people, like, just want to come, you know what I'm saying? They just want to come.
You got it. You got, like you said, you put it in work.
Yeah.
You put it in work. Little do you know, you're putting in the work. You may not even know it, but without knowing it, but that hustle shit is deep, and you're just not sitting back to realize it, but outside looking in, sometimes realizing that you're putting in work. You really are. What's your next event? Where can the people find you? What's your event? What's your location? Give all that good stuff to people.
Okay, so on my normal occasions, I'll be posted off of 859 Northeast 5th Street. Mm-hmm. So it's like right off of 8th Street, next to the busway. There's this dirt field. That dirt field. If you see me there, I'm there.
Right.
That's generally where I'm at, and it's been working really well with me. I have an agreement with the owner of it and all that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm there. But my next, I guess, major event would be, okay, big shout out to Robert is here. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm actually kind of like, they reached out to me one day, like, hey, we would like to have you out here, Robert is here.
Awesome.
So I'm
Congrats.
like, oh, well, okay, like, I wasn't expecting that. So they're having an antique car show Memorial weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So I'm gonna post up on one of those days, but I'm still working on to what day exactly.
Send me all the logistics so I can put promo out for you.
Stay tuned for Taco Fest 2. I'm not gonna lie, like, everybody did really well, and I'm just really proud to see the city of Homestead just show out the way it did. No pressure, no fighting, no nothing.
It was a good time.
Everybody,
it was a good time.
And I wish I could have enjoyed the show more. Big shout out Fabio and Alex, bro. Like, okay, Fabio, I'm not gonna lie, like, this is like behind the scenes, like, me as an owner, like, me experiencing the business. What he had put me at, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really too happy with it, because, like, I was like, oh, they're gonna go through all the food and then not have money or not want to spend with me. Nah, my dog Fabio, mastermind, you know what I'm saying? Little genius, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But stay tuned for Taco Fest 2. It's coming soon. We haven't released the date yet, but, like, I already know. So, like, I'm behind the scenes. I love being behind the scenes of the red carpet. I don't like the red carpet, but I like behind the scenes of how it all works. You know what I'm saying? But there's that. October 21st is my year anniversary, so I want to do something real special. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna happen.
And I also wanted to just have it where my anniversary is not highlighting necessarily me, but like Homestead. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of what I want to go with the theme.
Homestead is you, so
you know what I'm
saying?
It's
sort of you.
Yeah, tight. This is my city right here.
It's just you.
I want to be buried here. You know what I'm saying? If I really, I want to be buried here.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. So like Robert is here. It's Memorial weekend. But yeah, just for the most part, catch me at the normal spot. All my regulars know what that is.
Well, listen. What's your Instagram name? Tell the people your Instagram name.
Alright, so my Instagram handle is the Boba Jit, SFL, like South Florida, I think I may change the SFL because it's just like, yeah. But the Boba Jit SFL, the Boba Jit, if you type it in, is the only one that you see is gonna be me. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate your time. I appreciate the interview. I appreciate your hustle. You are setting a trend. You are giving motivation to people. I know sometimes you may get blinded from your high speed energy that you're putting into it.
Yeah, for
but I wanted also to do this interview so you could go back and watch it and say, yeah, I am doing this. I am doing that. You did great on the interview. You were a little nervous in the beginning.
Tight.
You're good. People now know who you are. People will get to know. The people that didn't get to tune in will go and watch it on YouTube. But appreciate your time, brother. And
yo, thank y'all for like whoever tuned in and listened. I hope we had like some good feedback.
No, it's gonna be on your page. They'll be able to go and engage with it as well.
Oh, okay. But like whoever showed up and like stayed for the whole thing, whoever stayed on for 1 second, like there's one thing I wanna like just let it be known is that for anybody who like just likes or comments or like even you just see me on the street and just hit me with the Boba Jit, like I appreciate you taking like just your time out of your life to come say what's up. You know,
I always
what I'm saying?
tell people my interviews, whether it's 1 view or 1,000 views, I love it.
Yeah,
like I appreciate it.
Yeah,
because one's like 100,000 for me.
Tight.
I am Litty Willie. This is the Boba Jit, and we out.
Okay. I want to like put a.
Go ahead. No,
you put a sticker. No, you go.
Okay. So this is gonna be our backdrop. So you know, and I got a new backdrop coming in, but I'm gonna throw that on for you.
Okay.
But when they do that, right here is where they can see. Oh, shout out to Big Pun.
Oh no,
you're good. Put it in front right there. You're good.
Okay.
So we got the Boba Jit. We got the official sticker
on the wall.
Make sure y'all go check the interview out everywhere, and we out.
Yeah.
So you know the fucking